that energy could be saved somewhere and kind of, and I'm going to sound like a blunderbuss here, but naive one, uploaded at some stage in the summer when there was less wind to create the electricity for those homes?
It could. We're a long way off. I mean, I remember in my early days, in my apprenticeship phase, sort of 14, 15 years ago now, there were pilot plants back then for energy storage, and we're still not there now.
No.
Granted, we're a lot further on in that path, but I think for the size that we would need to be reliant upon things such as wind, even in 10 years, I hope I'm wrong, but I can't see it in 10 years on the scale that we would need.
And you just wonder, Simon, thank you, you just wonder, because of who it is that is delivering the information and their previous history with a bit too much boosterism and a bit too much optimism, that the idea that by 2030 all homes are going to be powered by wind is just another one of those world-beating promises that doesn't quite come off. John's a first-time caller in Esher in Surrey. Hi, John.
Hi there, Tom. How are you?
I'm very well, sir. Are you as sunny and as optimistic as some may be, or are you a bit more cynical about all this?
Well, a little more cynical. I think it's great that we're moving away from fossil fuels, but the answer we've had for something like 120 years, back from Nikola Tesla running the Powell's farm on energy that he sucked out of the atmosphere, the Cliff Tower. While investigating zero-point energy, when there's lots and lots of proof that it's real and it
What is it?
happens.
Yeah, what is it? I've got no idea what this is.
I'm not smart enough to explain, but essentially the universe is absolutely bristling with energy, absolutely bristling with it, and what we're doing is ignoring that and destroying our planet using explosive energy, digging things up, and all this speech about using wind and finding some sort of method to store the energy. People go and have a look on Google at images of Australia with the mining that they're now doing for lithium and the like.
Yeah.
It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. We're just destroying the planet. And the reason behind all of this is because energy that comes through the national grid, people will pay for. And if we had a scenario where people understood zero-point energy and they could just suck it out of the ether, we couldn't pay for it.
John, listen, I'm all for being as optimistic as one can be about this stuff, but and I realise it is going to be very, very complicated. I have no idea. Does it in any way relate? I don't know. Does it relate to dark matter? I've got no idea. But the idea of just saying, well, we'll just suck it out the sky, it's not a solution.
It's happened. It's been done.
By who?
It's
Where?
been done.
What?
It was done by Nikola Tesla first in around about 1900. The military have had it for I don't know how long, and they've been using it.
Military?
Yes,
And what is it?
yes. It's a way of extracting the energy that exists everywhere in the universe, straight out of zero point, and using that rather than destroying matter in order to try and create energy in that method.
Well, listen, if anyone can advance John's, how can I be generous about this? I think I'm going to say limited explanation of what this stuff is, then I'd love to hear it. John, thank you. Will's in Rotherham. Hi, Will.
Hi there, yeah. I just think we ought to, within 5 years, ban the sale completely of any vehicle which is petrol or diesel.